Welcome back, grubs and scrubs. Welcome back to the stream. Welcome back to the adventures of the Cripplezon. And I've said it before, if you are struggling to get a physical damage Amazon through hell, you know, you don't have the Bariza, you don't have the Wind Force, you don't have this, you don't have that. Just stack slow. Just stack the shit out of slow. Stack slow to the tits. Get as much slow as you can get. Clegs, it's enough. Like, on its own, yeah, with a good bow, great. You know, you get a rip hook, well, you got a stew going. Clegs and Blackthorns, that's enough. All three, ooh, spicy things gonna happen. You know, get some open wounds. That scales with your character level. Now everything's locked down, everything's crippled. You got time. You got time to chip them down. Get yourself an Atmos Scarab. Get a rare bow with a chance to proc amp damage. I've found decent ones. I found ones that do better damage than this, that would clear the game faster than this. But what you want is attack speed. That makes strafing safe. You want slows target on the enemy. Open wounds is good. You don't need it. Crushing blow is nice. I would be using Goblin Toy instead of these. But this is the setup. It's all basic. I think the Wisp Projector is the rarest thing I've got. So this is really the key to making the clearing quick. This, and this kind of gravy. I was doing this with a hustle. At various points, I've like just taken my armor off, thrown it on the ground, and just gone through like 2-3 boss mobs without even having any armor, or taken these boots off to lose the crushing blow. It doesn't make any difference. Still just chunk through everything. It's the amp damage. It's the, you know, I've set it up. So we're gonna do Act 4 as a quick act. But yeah, since this is the shortest act in the game, you know, I figure we'll go through here, and hopefully if I farm the stuff to switch to an Act 2 merc, you know, gravy, but if we don't, it's fine. But like, look at this 60 damage bow in hell. Oh, entire thing has been players 3. And like, look, it just does the work. This guy is chat. He's so good. The electrical mercs are so underrated. Because the fire mercs do good damage, and the enchant is really nice. But, a couple of problems. In hell, you know, everyone and their dog is immune to fire. Like this piece of the tile is immune to fire. Halbu, he's immune to fire. Everything is immune to fire. Okay, this potion, it's immune to fire. My Valkyrie is immune to fire. I'm the only thing that's not immune to fire in hell. Everything else, don't worry about it. If you have to ask, it's immune to fire. Don't worry about it. Just, you're a fire slot. I'm sorry. Just be depressed. Get a Sunder Charm. Get a low resist one. Like, you're not allowed to play the game. Everything's immune to fire. Get wrecked. That's just the reality of it. You're just going to be depressed and unhappy doing fire damage in hell. Unless you have some... You know, look at this. Multiple elites. We're all amp damage, and they are kittens. They're harmless, they're helpless. And I can just get like a nice strafe angle here. I just shove them all into a mob, spread the open wounds, spread the curse. This is a 60 damage bow. Just happily clearing Act 4 hell, players 3, not a freaking problem. I think there's a stone skin in here. It's going to take a little while to chunk through. Once he gets the curse on him, he'll start taking damage. And this guy, his static fields are so good. It's like this guy, if you want AoE damage, you know, this guy is your man. If you don't need a tank and you want AoE damage, this guy, he's got you. He has got you fam. Like, you're playing a mole druid, a dog druid. Like, survival isn't a problem. You can tank the universe. But, God, it takes you so long to just gnaw through everything. Get this guy. This guy, he is your champ. Like, he absolutely just has you sorted. Look at these. Another stone skin. Now, this guy's got the curse on him, so he'll actually take some damage. I want to spread this curse around. But, like, the Valk just chunking this guy down. So, stats is pretty standard Boazon fair. strafe, multi-shot, maxed Valk, because I like my Valk to not die, and trust me, ain't nothing killing this Valk. Not when they're 75% slowed. Like, we just slowly get through it. And that was like, look at the amount of loot on the floor. That tells you something about the amount of stuff that just died here. The amount of, like, at least there's still minions here. This huge minion pack. Look how much EXP we just got. Boo. So, if you have been feeling bullied in the game, you know, and you want to play something that you feel like you're bullying, like just put slow on us on. You got it. And you just get these like comfy fights like this. You are just chilling. You're playing with one hand. You know, you don't care. But look at this. Uniques drop. It's terrible, but takes a little bit longer without the mercenary here. He's getting... Is this jerk giving you trouble? Yeah, once we get the 3 of us on it. And yeah, there we go. Proc that curse, and off you go on your bike. And like, look at, you just stack. Like, if you have a character that like you just want to like, who just constantly needs juvies, you know, see, if you want to like farm juvies, you will put so many juvies in your stash playing as this character. You just don't take health potions. Like, what do I do? Where do I put these? I want to like just put this in to identify it. That's probably the one you'd use as a fire sorceress, because it has pierce. I don't know, that damage at level 25, like, normal bows are so terrible. Where's the bone snap of the bow world? Anyway. Happy to find the entrance here. And these are chunky boys, like, and we just grind them down with this 60 damage. You just chew your way through the craziest encounters. The strafe is a little bit of a faff in hell because it has a tendency to like pull a lot of stuff in, but that's fine. We just clear out this corner and then we go through. And we've got a little bit of crushing blow, so I don't have to be scared of Isuel. I don't want to get Inferno'd because I have negative fire resistance, but the knockback's keeping me pretty safe. And I can always just walk back if I need to. Yeah, they can't get near me. They can't do anything. Look. They're crippled. They're just sad. They're depressed. This guy, he had a little burst of energy and now he's just depressed. He's instantly depressed. I'm sorry. Go away. And I am looking for an elite base, and if I don't find one in Act 4, I might just do some, you know, farming, just do some nightmare zones in Nightmare. And I'm just sipping from my drink here with my 60 damage bow. Like, I love when it just sweeps them away, like giving them the freaking broom. These jerks can be a problem if you don't have a lot of damage, because they keep spawning stuff. Watch this. Again, it'll be grindy, but safe. So safe. And it won't even take that long. Because once the curse is on everything, you spread the open wounds around. Like, the open wounds damage, like, is increased by the curse. The curse is so strong in Hell because it strips physical immunity and then buffs your damage. So in any other act, it doubles your damage, but in Hell, it's closer to, like, tripling it. Like, but it's not technically a damage buff, because in Hell, you have a persistent damage debuff against everything. Everything in Hell has at least 50% physical resistance. At least. Some just have more. Like, zombies have a little bit more, you know, stone skins have more, blah, 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 blah. So you strip that away, you remove... Look, this is another minion pack. The Valk's health is literally going up. One moment. But yeah, the Valk just isn't getting hurt. She's actually doing damage. She actually kills things. She chunks stuff down. And we just go through it. Like, this act can feel so stressy for me when I'm playing a range character. Because I never know whether I want to, like, just try to rush through it. Oh, hold on. Plains of Despair. I need to go find Izuel. Hey, look at this guy. I didn't even know he existed. We must have, like, pulled his boss pack away. And he's a stone skin. But even though I couldn't damage him, I won't be able to damage him until I get the curse on him. But he just got halved by the static on the Merc. Do you see how good that is on the Merc? He's not quite halved, but he'll get there. And if we get the curse on him, he'll just die. And this is the thing, like, big groups, you actually kill them, like, faster because you get more curse procs. Whereas the curse proc is really unreliable on a single enemy. So it can take a little while to chunk these guys out, and we're just gonna use the guided arrows on him, and I don't care. I can push him like halfway across the map from here, and just make sure he didn't drop something, you know, like Ethereal's Might, something like that. I'm genuinely, because like you always think the best thing is off screen, right? Like, someone will say, what's the highest rune you've ever found? And it's like, I don't know, man. It's the one that dropped off screen that I didn't pick up. Probably 3 or 4 Zod runes, maybe. Who knows? And these guys, they're chunky, but like, look, they're just kittens. They can't do anything. And again, like, I'm doing this on the 60 damage bow. Like, I've got the pull rune to upgrade this thing, and it's got good ED roll. So on an elite base, the damage is like, you know, not even a thing. And yeah, I'm kind of just done pumping vitality because I'm tired of not hitting things, but also... Yeah, I'm tired of not hitting things, but also, like, I don't care. 1,000 health, around 1,000 health, is enough for me. Like, when everything is this slow and this harmless. Like, look at this. The more they stack up, the more it just plays against them, because the curse just spreads around. I get so much free value from Pierce. And, like, you know, look at those resistances. They're a joke for hell. This guy's just running away. Has he just not been tagged or something, or is he extra fast? Because he doesn't seem to be getting slowed. very strange. But yeah, something there is actually like chunking the valve. It might be because that guy's extra strong. And because, yeah, for some reason he just doesn't get slowed. But it's fine. What, he just got healed? Oh, he ate a corpse. Yeah, alright. I hate that mechanic. Especially on an extra pass, because they just basically, like, they run away so fast, they basically just teleport. You just have to forget about it. Yeah, these corpulents seem to be just immune to slow. Or maybe it's something they, like, debuff themselves by eating a corpse or something. I don't know. And now he just get chunked. Rare amulet. Always cool to see rare jewelry, but yeah, nothing special. Usually, Stinky Boy is like loitering around the entrance here somewhere. But of course he's going to be difficult today. Take that. Yeesh. One of the reasons I don't like Act 4 is it's just like it's the right, basically it's the shortest act and that's the right length for it to be, basically. It's not, I feel like the Plains of Despair, or the Outer Step could go. There's nothing there. And I know it's kind of like your introduction to the mechanics and everything else, but just put Isuel, like, you know, around the entrance to the River of Flame. Or around the entrance to, you know, the next area. Alright. Oh, is he not going to show up because I haven't spoken to Tyrael? It doesn't normally work like that, but...
It's good that there isn't.
These trap souls make it kind of dangerous to play here, because the last thing you want is to be surrounded when you're using strafe. Yeah, I've really like cleared half the freaking Plains of Despair, and oh, what a cool
I can't carry anymore.
item to drop. I didn't even realize that guy was an elite. That's how irrelevant everything is when it's slowed. Huh, mole day today. I guess if we just go around this hole, we'll, I'll take it. I think one of the reasons why melee characters can feel so much more fun and engaging, especially to gear, is like they're really just like, so when you're playing a caster, and this isn't even all casters, like until you get into like, you know, god tier late game, blah blah blah, Sunder Charms, low resist wands, you know, plus you know, fire skill damage or lowered enemy resistance, blah 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 blah. Until you get into all that stuff, which is super late game, and you know, usually only a couple of items where it's even relevant. The only mechanics that really matter are plus skills, cast rate, resistances, and cast rate isn't even like super relevant for a lot of casters. Man, I didn't. So we can't go around there. Alright. Israel just being a real twat. Hold on. That combat shrine refresh because you've freaking been here so long, but I don't mind things taking a while when it's this free. Just chewing through. Man, what rune word would you even make in a bone knife? Is there even a good 2-rune melee rune word? they just all got cursed and depressed. Off you go. Someone drop an exceptional, an elite spear or polearm that I can roll some sockets into, please. Another boss fact, blessed aim. Quite dangerous, but they are cursed, they are slowed, you know, they're iron deficient, they have muscle wastage. You know, they're seeing a therapist to resolve their end-of-life issues. They're crippled by existential doubts. Smothered by their own ennui. Overcome with malaise. Exhausted. Depreciated. Crushed. And what is that? What even is that base? Corona. Oh, is that the elite crown? Yeah, 174 strength. Yeesh. Would like some Israel, bit of Israel action, you know. Some of the old skills, the old free skill points, maybe. I am on the Plains of Despair. That's fine. If I have to clear the entire map, I have to clear the entire map. I don't like clearing whole maps on this act because I feel like you don't get very much EXP considering how grindy the fights can be. Because there is so much garbage like this that's just summoning meat walls that you get nothing for killing. But I also feel like that's what makes Hell feel so hostile in a weird way, which is kind of perfect for like, you know, it's how it should be themed. He's just not the worst ED role, but everything else is just bollocks. But yeah, like Hell just feels hostile, it feels empty, it feels like, you know, very hellish. which I like. But, you know, it also means it's the place people aren't going to want to go. You know, like, they come here to do their business and then get out, basically. Which is... I love it. Like, we used to do Diablo runs back in the day, and Bale runs. And that was mainly for... some knockback? Yeah. Got a little... I thought I might have to actually, like, you know, use a second hand there and reposition, but... Nah. We're good. Take that. Bring me Izuo! I can shoot 60 trillion arrows a second and I have some crushing blow. It can't be that bad. No, just a swarm of Doom Knights. Alright. Just pepper them with multi-shot, and yeah, get a good strafing angle. And see, when they clump up like that, like, this is why I'm just not worried about the Chaos Sanctuary. It's gonna take a while, but where is freaking Izuo, man? Usually he's just like to the right or left of the entrance. This is like right in the far corner. So one of the nice things about Israel is, like, he will follow you forever. He'll never stop following you. So once you aggro him, you can just kind of, like, you know, lure him into some darkened nook and just have your way with him. I say that, and he just disappeared. Oh no, there he is. Oh wow, he just got chunked. That must be the static. Now this guy has a lot of everything resistance, so if we get the amp damage on him, yeah, he's actually gonna get... Come on, look at this Israel fight. He's getting chunked. Players 3, hell, 60 damage bow. Absolutely bullied. Can you do it faster? Yes. Absolutely. You could have, you know, Wind Force and Goblin Toe.
I am overburdened.
Alright, let's fill the old arrows. Get me skillies. The old skillers. Yeah. Bit right in it. I don't even know what I was trying to do. So it, like, honestly, I'm kind of at the point where I'm like, oh, maybe a little bit. But it's like, what else am I going to put it into? Obviously, we can max this. But without more attack rating, it's fine, it's fine. Strafe is the main skill, and this buffs Strafe, although it doesn't buff it by that much. Maybe I will just a cheeky few skills in Penetrate. I don't normally put much emphasis on that, but I suppose 3 in each. There's a nice synergy to that, a nice synergy. Yeah, and again, just like, I don't want them, I don't need them, but the monsters keep giving them to me. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not even sure what they are. Are you supposed to drink them when you get hurt? Never been hurt. You know, like,
What do you need?
that's how it feels. It's just like, oh, okay, yeah, I'll just stash them. Like, thanks. Thanks. I'll re-gift it to someone who actually like uses them. Now, okay, these guys are super dangerous because I have no fire resistance and I have almost no lightning resistance. But wow, they killed my Valk so fast. I'm giving them a bit of space, a bit of respect. Oh no, they didn't kill the Valk. I resummoned the Valk. That's why I heard that. But man, they chunk her. Yeah, I want to be able to see, like, whatever happens, I need to be able to dodge lightning bolts. And this is a spicy place to try to fight your way into. This is where you can't just sort of like, you know, swag walk in like nothing can touch you, because you're just being like pinched from 3 separate angles, and there's dangerous ranged enemies in like every, you know, on like multiple sight lines. And what you need to do is just be patient and just clear at least one sight line so you can occupy you know, a safe spot and have a place to like come back to if things don't work the way you want it to. And like, there's still a curse, not just on the Valk, but also on us. They just absolutely whomped my mercenaries. So this is where it gets a little bit dicey. But like, I've got tracking arrows. I can just fling tracking arrows around that corner if need be to like bait things into coming. I can go back. I can get the curse taken off. You know. Yeah, so we're just going to fling tracking arrows And then we just want to get into a position where we can strafe through this gate. Nice and safe. And now we can come over here, have a word with these Doom Knights, Abyss Knights, whatever. These jerks. That's what they are. They're just some brand of jerk. And look at that. The Valk. Once everything's amp damaged again, like this is a minion pack of Pit Lords. They've got Doom Knight support. Like they've got Curse support, range support, and you know, like I'm not even worried about the Valk just suddenly dying because they're all slowed. They're all tagged. There's nothing they can do. Like they're not gonna run at me if the Valk goes down. Like they're gonna start moving towards me as if they are like swimming through mud. That's what they're gonna do. And then I'll just summon another Valk right in front of them. And we just slowly chunk them down, bully them back. Like I say slowly. It's not that bad. Oof, that's so dangerous. And yet, the freaking power of the slow keeps my mercenary from dying. I did have to chuck him a full Judy, but you know, you gotta potion your mercenary. Yeah, but this is what we do not want to get pinched by these guys. Like 1, 2 lightning balls, and we just... I do have better lightning resist than fire. And I have some lightning absorb on top of it. So my lightning resist is like neutral, but then I've got a decent chunk of lightning absorb on top. So, but lightning is just scary in this game. Like the number of times that even when you have good lightning resist and stuff just freaking melts you like souls. So like, yeah, I don't want to mess with them too much because fire bad. Fire burn. Fire hot. But look at them just lining up so obligingly. Man, they're fast though, even with the slow. This one guy just doesn't want to die. And as I said, the monsters keep giving them to me. I don't need them. I'm not sure what I do to earn them. But yeah, we're just clearing hell. Again, it's like... It just reminds me of, like, chewing food. You know? Like, you just got a piece of meat that just... It takes a lot of chewing. But, like, the meat isn't fighting you. The meat is, like, not alive. It's just meat. Look how slow their cast rate is now. Ugh, they're gonna be really annoying. So this... Like, these, like, spots are, like, really annoying because, like, Strafe tries to hit them but doesn't. So you kind of get... Like, you're just in, like, positional limbo. Where, like, you can't... You have to come in here to clear this group, basically. And you can't fight the next group without clearing them. Like, it's fine if you're a sorceress or a melee character or something, but... You know, if you have an auto-lock skill, you kind of have to, like, clear your flanks and stuff before you push on. And now there's, like, another pack. Just the geography of hell is, like, really annoying to play around. But... You know, it's all just like making a decision, and you know, this is where a lot of the fun of the game comes in. And if you really want to just like experience like what it means to play this game from like a positional standpoint, like if you like, this would be an amazing character to basically practice playing hardcore. Like, you know, play a character like this through on hell, because it slows everything down. And you have, like, so if you're not used to having to, like, make quick decisions about your positioning and about stuff like that, which, like, it can take a long time to, like, cultivate those skills, because the opportunities that you get to exercise them kind of come and go in a blink, if you see what I'm saying. But when you just kind of slow the game down, and you can like rethink a bad decision, rethink a bad position before it has time to punish you. But just in that sense, like you're learning a lot about positioning and how to position against this, how to deal with that, you know. Like we've got a boss pack up there, and so I'm just gonna spam multi-shot now, because that's like the safest way to engage here, and it will also start to like pull everything down towards this area where I can, yeah, see? Just like strafe and deal with them a little bit better. And this is like why it's so cool to me to just be able to like play a Boazon and not have like a miserable time, and not need some like, you know, elite bow and like amazing setup, because like from a kind of strategic standpoint, Boazons are really fun to play. That said, Jabazons use a lot of the same principles, where like, you know, they get huge value from Pierce, but I don't know, so like anything single element to me is like, you're not really going to have a great time playing that through hell. Even if it's totally doable, like it's a sorceress and you can just like, you know, avoid mobs that you know, even just skip entire areas by just teleporting through, like that's doable, but that's a really stressful way to play. And at that point, you're not really like enjoying the experience of clearing the game. What you're doing is like, you're forcing that character through because you have some use for them. And I totally get... Oh, nice. Rare elite armor. Let's take a look at that. The freaking monsters just donating so many potions. That's terrible. Okay, strafing there was a big mistake, but I didn't get punished for it, luckily. So for a fight like that, you just want to open up with like a hail of multi-shot, because like multi-shot you can reposition after one if you need to, whereas strafe locks you in an animation. But this is what I say, like playing a Boazon is like genuinely a skill play. Playing this Boazon is not, but you still get to exercise the same skills. It just makes it so much easier because it slows everything down. But you still get to have as much fun, you know, implementing all the like, you know, the fun skill parts like the kiting and the positional stuff and so on. But it's just, it becomes way easier to pull it all off. And way less stressful and way less dangerous. And way less punishing if you make a mistake. So it's a cool place to start. But I genuinely think that, like, you know, from a skill play standpoint, definitely the Boazon and the Blade Sim are two of the most demanding characters in the game when you're playing everything at normal speed. But of course, the cool thing about them is, you know, you have both characters, you have the option to slow everything down. The Blade Sim cannot lock down like entire mobs the way that the Zon can. So she's a really good user of slow and knockback, but nowhere near on the level of a Boazon. And yeah, I really want to try to get an angle just on these Doom Knights where I'm not wasting shots on a bunch of other stuff, because they're the biggest danger right now. Oh, that's cool, another Thundermaul. Give me a second here. I should not have stood there. But it's fine. So easy it is to just reposition. As Abyss Knight's really pounding the Valk. But she's fine. Ooh, Shaco. Always cool to see a Shaco. Although the game has to stop giving me freaking Shakos, please. We got Shakos out the wazoo. Oh, okay. Maybe we're gonna roll sockets in that bad boy. But 210% strength requirement. Lord. Ain't no way. Like, if I have to level a mercenary up until he can use that, like, I'll be like level 90. And trying to find the exit from here, like sometimes it just gift wraps it for you and hand delivers it straight to your door. Yeah, another one of these little monster boxes. Ooh, actually getting a little bit pinched here. Gotta know when to walk away, know when to run. Boss pack. That's a lot of damage. Let's get the Valk in there. It's a lot of damage on the Valk. Look at this dickhead shooting through a fucking wall. It just makes it impossible for me to have that position. And I can't multi-shot, like, over that thing. But it's fine. Just slows us down a little bit. Oof, they still do a lot of damage when they hit. See now, why couldn't they just drop me a man catcher? That would be perfect. 3 sockets by any chance? No. I still need a 3-socket helm. I'm like, I would like an elite base, but it's the affixes that matter more so than the base. Oh, there's extra fast pit jerks over there. Let's get the Valk there. Slow everything down, get the curse and everything, and you know, once it's safe, we just get a good angle to just sort of start blasting and getting some damage in. And we just chew our food. Like, this guy is so dangerous, multiple shot. Like, those guys are dangerous when they don't have multi-shot. When they have multi-shot, they can just delete you. But we just go through one thing at a time. Ooh, okay, something hit me there and it was like invisible. That's fine, as long as I'm not getting one shot. I feel like I've had the worst luck with these maps. Like I've just had to absolutely scour to find objectives and, you know, pretty much clear the entire map. Sadly, that's just how Act 4 is if you don't have a teleport. And I could have bought a teleport staff, but the Amazon is not a character you want to be dicking around with teleport styles. She has like the worst cast speed and will just die. Unless you have a lot of faster cast on her. Alright. Oh, how did I just walk past that and miss that? It doesn't matter. So the River of Flame is actually one of the more chill areas. Nothing chill about them, but we'll chill them out a little bit. Yeah. Just help them get some chill. Look at this. These guys can devastate the Valk under normal circumstances. They're one of the most dangerous melee enemies in the game, and they are just crippled, depressed, and dying. They're even cursed. So dangerous, such a dangerous mob, and just trivialized. Put in the corner, made to eat, you know, just like a handful of ants. Just so they know they've been like completely punked. But yeah, this is actually a great spot for an Amazon. The worst thing you can get in here are like those beetles that spawn other beetles, you know? Valk is still cursed, fighting a pack of Urdars. And is about to just like win that fight. Yeah, they just fell over. But yeah, this is such a good area for a Zom. Like, it's so open. It would be scary if like souls could spawn here, because they can kind of off-screen you back, which is a bit rude, but this guy's stone skin. It doesn't matter. He'll get cursed, and then he'll just start taking damage. Yeah, there it goes. And I'm not even stressed about like trying to pick him off singly because he's so harmless, and the more enemies that are around him, the easier it is to keep the curse on him anyway, so yeah, let's just let the Valk chunk him down if need be. And down he goes. get some arrows.
Hello.
I kind of do like resistance jewels. Because, like, yeah, sometimes it would be nice just to get some, like, extra resistances in your weapon. But at the same time, it also often feels like, but do I really want to, you know, not buff the damage of the weapon? But if you're like a necromancer or... extra fast. But look at it just coming in a line. As soon as the curse goes on, they start to take some decent chunks. I still don't want them that close to me. Man, where are they coming from? Feels like every time we kill one, another just like runs up. Oof. Okay. I don't want to be strafing in front of that. This guy is just an arsehole. Like, he just has to be here and exist here and be a complete arsehole. Like, go away. You don't have friends here. You're not welcome here. There was just a pile of misery coming for us from there, and it's just been shut down. The only thing we have to do is like walk over and look at the loot. Damn, I always get excited when I see the rune text, but... okay, we do not want to go anywhere near that. Because I'm afraid of even just like the... oh, and he teleports. Bless him. Because I don't even want to take the proc from that, even with some lightning absorb. That thing just loves to one-shot when you're squishy. He's probably going to go eat a corpse and get a bunch of healing, but that's fine. Hey! The Cleggers!
I can't carry anymore.
The mighty Cleggers. They don't have more durability. It's not a better roll. Hate it here. Hellforge should be the other direction. Oh, is that him? Oh, keeping up the mana on multi-shot is not easy, but you just strafe, multi-shot, strafe, multi-shot. Man, imagine multi-shot shotgun. It would be so busted. Get out of here. Oh, is he the last minion? No, he's not a minion. This is just a new pack. There's one problem with builds like this, is that they love to just ping stuff off screen and like aggro half the map. But it's mostly a problem against enemies like this that just love to run away. Maybe the best thing is just to freaking ignore them. Yeah, I was just about to resummon the Valk there. Alright, here we go. Now this is often a scary fight, but let's see how we do. Valk is getting chunked up there, but now Hephaestus got the slow on him. Now he's cursed. He's got a Might Aura. He's not to be trifled with, but we're just kind of trifling with him. And it takes a little while. But there is our Hellforge hammer. And I actually have a weapon on swap because I was going to do some like terror zones or something to look for that polearm, but I thought, and yeah, I was going to do them in Nightmare, so just take a MF. There's always another packet of assholes up here that just, you know, you can't just do it in peace. Like, you have to just... Such a pain in the ass. Why do these guys just not care about knockback? And then just randomly they do care. I don't know. I just kill everything because I don't want to stress about doing the Hellforge. And these guys piss me off so much just being here. Like, bro, I just killed the Smith, come on. I hate these stranglers, because like, every now and then, they'll just whomp you. So like, they kind of train you not to take them seriously, because they just kind of these stupid floating things that just exist and annoy you by existing. A pretty scuffed rune drop, but I'd rather have I'd rather have a Lum Rune than, I don't know,
I can't carry
kicked in the
anymore.
head. I do want to ID this, because elite base, always cool. Wasn't exactly worth IDing. And you know what, I'll push on with this few potions. I'm not that fussed about it. Like, I've got juvies I can throw in the belt. I'm not really stressed about having a bunch of mana potions. But if I find a bunch on the floor, might as well pick them up. Yeah, there we go. Like, why am I stressing about potions and stuff when it's this free? It just completely busted animations. Oh wait, that's
I can't carry anymore.
oh. I thought that was the elite trident. And we just chunk through the jerks. It's just zero stress when it's this safe, and then there'll just be the occasional like nice little puzzle to like tickle your brain where it's like, well, how do I get through this archway? Or, you know, how do I position best to deal with these enemies without, you know, getting hit by them? Like, just these nice little things. You just have time to think about it. It's so chill. It's so relaxed. And it's so free. Like, the shit you need to do this build. You know. Like, I've got a rare bow that just has, like, it's like 100% enhanced damage. It's got some plus damage per character level. And then it's got like a 5% chance to cast amp damage. I could be using that bow and I would probably be doing better because I'd be getting more curses and it has more base damage. It wouldn't have the upgrade option that this has. But like, that's just some like random ass rare with like nothing like a god roll. That's a cool base. but I'm looking for a polearm or a spear. Now, I really wish the barbarian mercenaries could use axes or clubs even. Like, at least let the frenzy merc use, you know, one-handed axes. And then they have to do new animations and stuff like that. But like, there's so many cool axes and stuff that would be fun to put on a mercenary. Like this huge mob. It can't do anything. Oh, that's potentially a nice base. Like, Archon Plate is an elite with low stat requirements. One socket. Alright. Yeah, come on. I should really look at these, like, druid pelts and stuff, because like, even that, +3 to Hurricane, and then you put a lore in it or something, like, you know, roll sockets into it. But even better would be to get, like, you know, one with, like, +2 your melee druid skills, and then, you know, turn it into, like, a bulwark or something, and then it's just, like, arguably the best helmet that you can give a melee druid. And yeah, I just need to chuck some of this stuff in my stash, and it's just full with, like, mostly juvies that the forces of hell keep just donating to me because they don't think I have enough or something. I don't know. You know, still got a bunch of juvies in the cube for the River of Flame. And here we are, coming up on the Chaos Sanctuary. This has been a fairly long Act 4 because we've just had the worst luck with maps and stuff. And this area, I have the best memories of doing this with Boazons in, like, old school Diablo, where you could pretty much just stand at the waypoint and pretty much clear the entire causeway, like, because we used to, like, multi-shot, it was just multi-shot Bariza back in the day, and it was so strong, because like multi-shot plus Bariza is still, like, the best, but we just didn't have the attack rating issues back then. Like, there was, I don't know if it was a bug or something, but if you put an Eth rune in your weapon, like, all your attack rating problems just disappeared. They just melted away. So you could just chuck an attack rating in Bariza, an Eth in a Bariza, and just multi-shot, like, through the most comical numbers of enemies. Because it had 100% PS. It just cleared the freaking board. You didn't even need to upgrade it. That was a little bit dangerous. I was hoping I would tag him and slow him or knock him back, but he actually got the swing off. But he wasn't going to one-shot me. Not a normal Erdar. He could have done a chunk. I don't want to be on the river all day, but I also don't want to be getting, like, pinched, but that's safe enough. I really need to stop strafing, like, in front of mobs like that. It's so silly and dangerous. Like, it's hard, like, it's very easy to do it and not get punished because you often just knock them back and then tag them slow and they're harmless from then on, but it's not a good habit. Like, please show me a more comfortable and safer way to take a Boazon through hell, especially for a hardcore player. Like, this to me feels even safer than a Javazon. Like, Javazons are safe because of their raw damage, but they can struggle when they come up against a lot of immunes. Like, Javazons tend to suffer in Act 3. There's so much lightning immune. Whereas this is just like slow and steady, slow and safe. And yeah, this is what I'm hoping for. Just these big mobs. And look at them. Look at the sad time they're having. Like, I promise you, the run through I had with this, my sorceress, was just misery compared to this. Going through it with the berserker wasn't too bad because I kind of just ignored everything and then rushed the seals. Like, I killed some minions, some champions that got in my way, but mainly I just howled stuff away. And I did then spend about 10 minutes just kind of chunking through everything around Diablo's like little pentagram before popping the last seal, just so I would have space to fight if I needed. Oh, that's you do not see a lot of those. Always cool to like roll sockets into. It's not a particularly good sword, but it's just, it looks cool. Like, I didn't even know there was an elite up here. And now just like, yeah, let them just come down here. Like, we just get so much disgusting value out of Pierce and the curse that stuff just starts popping. Like, but yeah, I can tell you, I did not have a great time with this when I was playing my sorceress. It was not fun at all. Because my mercenary was constantly being cursed, so what I kind of, and then getting overwhelmed in melee. So, you know, what I kind of wanted to do was to somehow snipe the Oblivion Knights. But if I dumped Hydras on top of them, they would just run back and then be behind more Doom Knights, and it's so dense in here that there's kind of always a Doom Knight to block the Hydra. Like, the only time you're getting value out of Hydras against, you know, the Oblivion Knight specifically, anything that's going to try to kite you, is when you are, like, you kind of just have them isolated. So I just had to grind my way through the Doom Knights. And just keep pumping potions into my mercenary. Like, you know, luckily sorceresses tend to be juvie farms as well, so, you know, I had a lot of, you know, I had a stash full of juvies. I had them to spend, but it starts to get your anxiety up when you realize you're, like, going back to your stash for more and more full juvies, and the number is, like, going down and down and down. Yeah, I do not want to be getting infernoed by those guys, but I also think slow kind of breaks the inferno. And again, we just have them in this like disgusting choke point. So much free value from Pierce. It's just gross. There's obviously an elite up there, but I can't see him and I don't care. The arrows are going in. That's what matters. The positioning is not so good now, but that's okay. A couple of Venom Lords. They're cursed. They're not having a fun time. You know, they're just crying. So when you have the range advantage, you kind of control everything. The thing is like that can be taken away when you have something like, you know, the things you want range advantage on are immune to your range damage. Like that guy's kind of immune to my range damage, but then I can proc curse on him and he's not anymore. There's lots of multi-shot in here. Spread a lot of open wounds around. So I just tag them like with the just a normal guided arrow because it can't miss. So it just insta applies the slow. So like even though they're in a kind of position where they're sort of threatening me, it just negates them as a threat. If I have to move away, if I have to kite, I have an eternity to do it. Gonna need to go back for arrows. This guy, he's still kicking. But he's fine. He's just getting tagged every now and then. He's just getting slowed. We'll deal with him in our own time because he's not a threat to us. So we can afford to do that. Yeah. And now, like, we might even end up like shoving him back into yet another mob. But it doesn't matter. Like, as long as he can't hurt us, as long as he's harmless, it doesn't matter. It takes as long as it takes. Like, they're dying, I'm not. Oh, okay, cool. Oh, please be ethereal. That would be so nice. No, but 4 sockets? I don't know what I can do with that. I don't know. I want a good ethereal two-hander for Barbarian Mercenary. I mean, obviously I would rather have, like, you know, 2 one-handers, but this guy needs to go because he's just in a really... And so these guys are kind of weirdly immune to a lot of CC. Like, see, the knockback takes a little while to proc into him, but you can just still just bully them back nicely. And like, again, if anyone who saw me playing with my Barbarian, like, I don't stay to fight when I'm amp damaged. I run the hell away and get that shit, like, hosed off me. The only time I'll stay to fight is if I know what amp damaged me. And, you know, can realistically kill it quickly. And then I go get the curse taken off. Like, there's no continuing on. There's no, like, oh, well, then I'll just fight the next mob with the curse on. And yeah, we just want to spray multi-shot here. I would spray more, but I don't have mana potions to just burn, so... something here's doing a lot of damage to the Valk. But we'll chew through them. Yeah, Yeah, we've already kind of broken the back of it now. Oh, you couldn't drop a normal man catch, you have to drop a freaking rare? You know what? I'm calling it. This rare is going to be good. It's going to be worth putting on. But no, it still won't be a hustle, which is the whole point of the Desert Merc, so... Get out of here. Still, we'll take a look. Alright, I said I'm calling it. Calling nothing. You wouldn't have dropped some mana potions, would you, game? No? You're just a jerk? Well, you know what? To hell with you. To hell with you. To hell with your whole damn Chaos Sanctuary.
What do you need?
I hate that I have to go to one person for potions and another person for arrows. Oh, okay. Like, please make everyone sell arrows. Please make everyone sell keys. Please make everyone sell potions. Like, you know, okay. Not everyone sell, but you know what I mean. Like, why you gotta do me like that? Actually, I'll get even more arrows. Let's not mess around. And let me empty the cube because there's a big freaking sword in it. Oh no, I chucked the sword away. Oh, that's right, because I don't really care if it's not ethereal. I've got like quite a good number of two-handed swords with sockets rolled in them. I should not have opened with strafe there. But yeah, I just wanted to, like, the real thing I want to do was just open with multi-shot, just tag everything, get it all slowed, and now it's harmless, and now I can just strafe away. But these guys just can, like, randomly do a lot of damage. I have no idea, like, what the mechanic is. I think it's, like, most of the time they're using this ranged ability, which is mostly to, like, eat your energy. Whereas now... Whereas if they get into melee, they will use like a proper melee attack that can actually, like, you know, hurt. And yeah, you wouldn't drop an elite base, would you? Freaking jokes. Oh well. That's 1/3 of the sanctuary cleared. Once you sort of clear one section, you have a base off which to play, if that makes sense. And that's what's so much of... Like, you see it when you watch a new player, when they're using a scuff build and everything is struggling. Like, watch how often, like, really new players, in not just Diablo, but any kind of game like this, hug the edge of the map and then kind of circle in. Like, instinctively, they're just playing in a way that is, like, safe by, like, creating space for themselves and then using the space that they just made to, like, you know, make more space. And then deal... Because you need space to deal with dangerous stuff, right? Like, you can't, like, kite Lister around the Throne of Destruction if you left a bunch of souls in the Throne of Destruction, like, you know, everywhere. You know... Like, that's when you just get messed up and you die. Oof. That guy just fireballed like half my life. Yeah, it's just advance, nice and slow, nice and careful. Like, I can so easily be killed by, like, 2 or 3 Oblivion Knights just whomping me at once, but that's 100% on me. And it's not even something that can happen, like, quickly, so it's so avoidable. don't like the position it's kind of pushing me into here, but look at that. With knockback, we just kind of like sweep them into the place, into the location where we want them. And Decease, everything depends on where he spawns. He could be really easy, he could be super dangerous. Yeah, that's actually what I was kind of hoping for him to come around the corner like this. Resummon the Valk. Keep everything slowed. One of the spicier fights in the game. Plays 3, hell, 60 damage bow. Let me just drink that. Alright, you just gonna stay against that wall. We're just literally putting you in the corner, son. Eat the ants. Eat the ants. And that's just how you do it. More attack rating, please. And yeah, more multi-shot. Lovely. And yeah, I don't want to like, you know, pull like some like close peek on that corner, because I want a longer sightline. Long sightlines are safe sightlines when you have the range advantage and when you have powerful CC. Yeah, they can take some chunking. But like I said, we're just chewing our food at this point. They're food. And they can like squirm as much as they want, but they're literally on our plate. And we just need to chew them. They could be gristly, they could be chewy, you know, maybe they're not properly cooked.
I can't carry anymore.
Not even 1 plus, literally nothing. The audacity. Oh, I did that the wrong way around, but that's okay. So here, it's okay to run away a little bit. Alright, let's see how threatening they are to the Valk. How did I get poisoned? Relatively threatening to the Valk, but I get another Valk. Get another Valk. You know, don't get like caught with your Valk dying like just as you start a strafe animation. That's one of the few things that can get you punished when you're playing like this. And now they're just dead. There aren't enough of them to put the damage out to kill the Valk when they're slowed. And it might take a little bit, but they will just be chunked down. And there they go.
I can't carry anymore.
Not even death can save you from me.
I have no idea what you would do with 6 sockets in that, but I feel like it could be worth a look. that firestorm hurts. So normally you wouldn't dare use strafe against Diablo with resistances and defenses this low. But when he's slowed like this, he just kinda gets clowned on. The only issue here is like hitting him is so hard. I kind of have to use guided arrow to like leech mana back, but that's fine. Alright, let's have 2 rows of pots here. And what do we got here? Bunch of crap, but it's fine. So this, we knew this wasn't going to be a quick fight. Okay, getting out of this bone prison. Hold on, I can. Yeah, thank God the portal trick works. Because if you don't have a lot of like physical damage, like good luck getting out of bone prison. Little bit dangerous to like switch to that mid-fight, but it's a way safer button for me to press. And like, look at this, he's just getting chunked down. I could go back for health potions so I'm not like, you know, blasting through juvies here, but we're fine. It's nice and safe. That's the only thing I have to really be afraid of. And even then it's, you know, I can react to it way better than that. He killed my boy! Oh, someone dropped a Hydra bow. Gonna tease me with the possibility of wind force. And down he goes.
Terror has ended.
But also, like, I don't know, do I really want to be making rune words in these bases when there are Amazon specific bases? So that was Act 4. Now let me see how long that took. About 2 hours. I don't know how good that is from a kind of casual play standpoint, but didn't feel like horribly slow to me. So one thing I do want is now we want to farm a poleaxe, and I think Nightmare Cows might be a good place to do it. If not, just some random Terror Zone and Nightmare with like good monster density where I can kind of just go in and start blasting. But I'll go to Harrogath first. So I can give my merc, the desert merc, the shaker off this guy if necessary, for a helm, rather than having to make a bulwark, but I would like to make a bulwark. But yeah, we'll see. This is going to deny me. Let's see where the terror zones are. You know, crank the players count up to 5 or something. Bloodmore and Den of Evil, probably not worth it. But why don't I see about doing some cows? I have no memory of where Rakanishu is. This bow is so... Even on Players 5, this bow just dumps this nightmare. And part of it is the level difference, so it's like my chance to hit here is so strong. There he is. I'm kind of scratching my ankle here, so... I gotta remember, I'm not here to... Like, I'm not getting any EXP or anything for doing this, so I just want to get up to... Yeah. And let's go... Moo moo.
Welcome back, my...
I used to be so terrible for killing the freaking Cow King back in the day when, like, you could balk it like that. It's a really cool swap, though. Awesome change from rebooted to this. So while we're here, I'm going to be using this. So I just have a little bit of MF. Moo moo. So like that's an elite base right there, and that's what we're here to farm. possible spirit base. Where are the cows? This feels like such an empty cow level. Oh, this bow is so freaking slow. Like, it does do more base damage, so I suppose it's fine. Wait, did I actually see my experience bar go up? But yeah, I'm not going to do this a bunch of times. But I might clear a Terra Zone as well. It would be cool to get a polearm. Just to test the Desert Mercenary out. Oh, finally a decent, like, pack. Okay, does anyone else remember when... I don't know, it feels like the whole spacing on multi-shot is like not as receptive as it used to be, but... feel like I should probably crank this up to players 8. Okay, that's his helm. I'm just a little bit concerned about whether the Valk will melt, because cows do a lot of damage, even on night mode. Annoyingly spread out cows here. Happy to grab some bolts though. You wouldn't be ethereal by any chance, no? Antlers, definitely worth looking at, but
No.
shame you don't use Maul and Feral Rage on the same build. Nada.
No.
I just want to kite a bunch so I can like
No.
kill a decent amount of them in one. Another jewel, nice. I thought my EXP bar might have been moving. Maybe I killed an elite and it just moved a tiny bit. But it clearly not a place to come for EXP. Oh, that's so disgustingly tempting considering how bad it is. I want to check this. Wait, it's Cryptic Sword, isn't it? The elite one. No. And strafe takes so long when you have a slower weapon. What a crazy drop. This is Tancred's? Yeah. And this is... Rite of Passage is such a bad item. Oh, this is the stamina potions. Is that normal? Yeah, I think we'll do way better for elite bases in the Terror Zones. Because if they're being forced to drop at our level, like... We're high enough now for that to be a thing. Partisan. That's the exceptional. Yeah, there's more cows.
with me.
Where is this terror zone? Oh, Bloodmore. I don't think that's worth doing. Already seeing some elite bases drop. So maybe this isn't the worst place to be. The density here is just too freaking low though. I am not sure where specifically to farm in Hell though. Though I definitely think going back to Hell is the play. Hold on, let me see. Hold on. The best place is probably a level 85 area. So I could go do the pits, I suppose. I'm pretty confident of being able to handle the pits, but lower crust could be good, but I don't have the waypoint. I guess it's a good reason to get it, but I don't know. Maybe I'll just try the pits. pretty confident of being able to go through them. The big stress is going to be just getting there. Leave me alone. Go away. Okay. Just all the scary crap coming after us now. And yeah, two champion packs, one of them being freaking quill rats. The quill rats are so dangerous. Another elite pack. Someone calling me, hold on.
I am overburdened. I can't. Good to see you. overburdened. I am overburdened. possible. I can't carry anymore. I can't carry anymore. I can't carry anymore. I can't carry anymore. I am overburdened. I can't carry anymore. I am overburdened. I am overburdened. I am overburdened.
Order welcomes you. Good day.
What can I do for you?
am overburdened.
Good to see you. Greetings.
Greetings.
Oh, wow. I just realized my microphone was not working, but anyway, doesn't really matter because this isn't like some big professional stream, but anyone who's watched till now, take care. Really happy to have gotten everything I wanted in that farming session. I didn't actually, the funny thing is I didn't stop farming because I found it. I like said, okay, well, I'll just get that level up. And then once I've got that, I'm out of here, whether I get the pike or not. And maybe I'll find it in Act 4, in Act 5, because I'm confident I can do Act 5 with this setup. And I'll probably start doing Act 5 with this setup. No different. Bring my boy Scorch and the Valk. And I'll just switch to this at some point to check it out. Because the Fury... yeah, like, look at this. My attack rating needs freaking help. I mean, that's with multi-shot. Multi-shot has no attack rating bonus, but, like... even with Strafe, it's, like, barely 5,000. Guided Arrow doesn't need it. But yeah, maybe just a Blessed Aim aura with like attack speed and attack rating from Fanaticism coupled with Blessed Aim. You know, And of course, if I upgraded the bow, then I would bring a Might Aura, but